Hello and welcome to Black Pearls, Distinguished Women of Color, the YouTube channel that showcases the stories of amazing Black women who have made history and changed the world. Today we are going to talk about Alice Walker, one of the most influential and celebrated writers of our time. Alice Walker is the author of The Color Purple, which won the Pulitzer Prize and the National Book Award in 1983. She is also a social activist who has been involved in various movements for civil rights, women's rights, environmental justice, and peace. She is the first African American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction and the co-founder of the womanist movement, which advocates for the empowerment and liberation of Black women and other marginalized groups. In this video, we will explore her life story, her literary works, and her activism. Alice Walker was born on February 9, 1944, in Eatonton, Georgia, a rural farming town where her parents were sharecroppers. She was the youngest of 8 children and grew up in a poor and segregated environment. When she was 8 years old, she was accidentally shot in the right eye by one of her brothers who was playing with a BB gun. The injury left her with a permanent scar and impaired vision. She became shy and withdrawn as a result of her disfigurement and turned to reading and writing as a way of coping. Walker attended segregated schools in Georgia and graduated as the valedictorian of her high school class. She received a scholarship to attend Spelman College, a historically Black women's college in Atlanta, where she studied for 2 years before transferring to Sarah Lawrence College in New York. There she majored in English literature and African American studies and graduated in 1965. During her college years, she became involved in the civil rights movement and participated in voter registration drives, sit-ins, and marches. She also began writing poetry and short stories and published her first book of poetry, Once, in 1968. In 1967, Walker married Melvin Leventhal, a Jewish civil rights lawyer whom she met in Mississippi. They became one of the first interracial couples to marry legally in the state. They had one daughter, Rebecca Walker, who also became a writer and activist. Walker's literary career took off in the 1970s with the publication of several novels and short story collections that explored the themes of racism, sexism, violence, oppression, and resistance from the perspective of Black women. Her first novel, The Third Life of Grange, Copeland, 1970, tells the story of 3 generations of a Black family in rural Georgia. Her second novel, Meridian, 1976, focuses on a young woman who joins the civil rights movement in the South. Her third novel, The Color Purple, 1982, is considered her masterpiece and one of the most influential works of modern American literature. It depicts the life of Celie, a poor and uneducated Black woman who suffers abuse from her father and husband but finds love and strength from other women. It also celebrates African American culture and history through its use of dialect, music, folklore, and religion. The novel received critical acclaim and commercial success. It won the Pulitzer Prize for fiction, the first by an African American woman, and the National Book Award for fiction, the first by an African American since Ralph Ellison's Invisible Man in 1953. It was also adapted into a film by Steven Spielberg in 1985 and a musical by Marsha Norman and Brenda Russell in 2005, both of which received multiple awards and nominations. Walker continued to write prolifically in the 1980s and 1990s, producing novels, short stories, poetry, essays, and memoirs that reflected her personal and political views. She also coined the term womanism to describe a feminist perspective that is rooted in the experiences and values of Black women and other women of color. She defined womanism as a Black feminist or feminist of color who is committed to survival and wholeness of entire people, male and female. She also stated that womanist is to feminist as purple is to lavender. Besides writing, Walker has also been active in various social causes throughout her life. She has supported the civil rights movement, the women's movement, the anti-apartheid movement, the anti-nuclear movement, the environmental movement, and the peace movement. Alice Walker is an extraordinary woman who has used her voice and vision to create powerful works of art and activism. She has inspired millions of people around the world with her courage, wisdom, compassion, and creativity. She is truly a Black pearl who deserves our admiration and gratitude. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, share, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on distinguished women of color. And don't forget to check out Alice Walker's books if you haven't already. They are amazing. Until next time, stay inspired.